Myth number 1, only traditional colors should be used. So on the Secret Spy mission, we discovered this really wild tree in Macy's San Francisco, and there's a lot of texture and color and glitter happening there. And in many cases, you might typically assign this to a more juvenile space, kids, but actually it's really starting to come into more modern homescapes as an option. Probably not as kitschy looking as that with the little trims, you know, but definitely those big pops of color are coming in. So you'll see a tree, for instance, that's like a silver tree, and it has all orange bulbs on it. And that can be really, really pretty. It depends on your take on how you want to experience Christmas, but it is an option. Purple. So purple is unusual for Christmas, but this was an interesting bathroom. It was a home in Fleur de Ville, and it was, you can't tell from the photo, but bright purple walls. Bright purple walls and a cello that had been decorated in a garden theme. And she said, I need powerful something right there on the mirror. So you'll hear me talk a lot about a couple of suppliers in town. I went to Ron Simi. They're on McHenry. I have cards for you afterwards. And I prayed and walked through the aisles. Dear Lord God, please help me figure out how I'm going to work this room, because, I mean, what do you do with a purple and green bathroom for Christmas? And this is what happened. You can kind of fudge things if you use more texture. You're going to hear me talk about texture a lot. I think a lot of people traditionally approach Christmas decorations as the lights and the ornaments, but they're really not getting the benefit of all of the neat things that are out there right now. So we'll talk about that. So purple really can work for Christmas, and it was amazing. Even I was startled and happy about it. Another one is blue and white. This has to do sometimes with cultural preferences. You'll see people, a lot of Middle Eastern cultures really love blue and white, and you see that through their whole home. And then they want to decorate for Christmas, and it's sort of it's a clash of the traditional red, green, gold with the blue and white. So there are ways to make that happen as well. This is a huge staircase, double-sided in fact. You'll see the other side of it that was done to accommodate the color scheme of the family room later in the presentation. But something that's kind of interesting, another note as to texture. In this garland, I used 3 kinds of lights, because it was the first thing that you saw as you came into the room. There are the little mini lights that are clear that you see on this tree. Then there are frosted mini lights, and then there are LED, all of them on the one garland. I like to go, I'm a frugal designer. I don't know if the 2 words can be used in the same sentence, but you can get garlands for something like $5, and then Michael sometimes has a 50% off sale. So buy double the amount in terms of length that you would use, wrap the 2 together and fluff them as a singular garland. And you can get a lot of look and volume out of that for a relatively inexpensive price. A lot of times people don't know to double wrap those garlands, and then they have the single little wire with a couple little sprays, and it's really tough to work with that. You can't get volume in there, and it's really hard to plug texture in because there's not enough to ground the texture and the color that you're trying to put in. So try to always, if possible, if you're going for the frugal option, buy the double and put it together.